We're loving it. We're loving it. We're loving it. The fans are going nuts. The fans are going nuts. We know how much that means. Nottingham Forest. Elliot Anderson, Morgan Gibbs White. Brilliant goals, especially Anderson. How City have not scored in that final moment, minor miracle that is. The referee played on for so long. It's insane how long he played on for. How much did they pay him? Serious? He just kept going and going and going. There weren't really many stoppages in the 7 minutes that I could see. Obviously, I was focusing on both games, so my judgment is maybe a little bit impaired. But it did not seem like there were that many stoppages in those 7 minutes between City and Forest. And the referee just keeps going and going and going and going. Everyone is loving that. And I tell you what, 4 points it would be now if City win their game in hand. So we're 7 points now. City's game in hand is against Crystal Palace. We still don't know when that's going to be. If they win that, they will be 4 points behind us. Meaning, it is now no longer in Manchester City's hands. It is 100% in Arsenal's hands. For a few weeks there, the situation was we could do everything that we could do outside of the game at the Etihad. And if City win their game at the Etihad and do all their jobs elsewhere, then it would be their title. It really hinged on the outcome of the Etihad. Now, City can win at the Etihad. Obviously, we don't want that happening at all, but they could do that, and we would still win the title as long as we do our job in all other games, or most of our other games at least. It is 100% in Arsenal's hands. Manchester City can win every single game from here, and we could still win the Premier League title. That is how things are shaping up after that. People are going to chat. People are going to chat about how Arsenal were dreadful today. We were dreadful today, and I would have so many complaints if we didn't come out on top. It's one shot on target, I think, the entire game from Saka, and it wasn't even a great one. He's lighting that up. You're thinking Man United 22-23. You're thinking Switzerland at the Euros. Instead, it's straight at Verbruggen. It is literally straight at him, and it just goes between his legs. What kind of hospital goalkeeping is that? Thank you, Verbruggen. You've done us a massive favour there. But all round, a really, really bad performance from Arsenal, I won't lie. The point is, the reason I'm saying all this is we don't care. We don't care. We do not care. It's not sustainable to play like that across a full season, sure. But this late on in a title race, you do what you have to do. If that's get a lucky goal and then scrap for 90 minutes, do that. If you really think that you can, scam a goal from somewhere and just fight for your lives for the other 89 minutes and still get a result, do it. Obviously, if it doesn't come off, then there are massive issues. Massive things to address. You can't do that again. If you believe that you can pull that off, and you pull that off, I see no reason why you shouldn't keep doing it. Obviously, it makes for a nervy encounter, but if you think that's your best shot, do it. And I have no complaints. So again, people are going to chat about how bad the performance was. And we are going to sit here and not give a flying fuck. I swear, every week that goes by, I'm going to care less and less about the performance. As long as we obviously win. If we don't win, and it's a terrible performance, then we got issues. But today, we can scam our way to a win. That's what it is. It's a scam. We have scammed Brighton. If I was a Brighton fan, I would be very displeased with that. We have scammed them. That's the truth of it. And yet again, I don't care. And I want to give another massive shout out to, in particular, two players today, because, again, not many performances to really look at and go, yeah, they played well. Raya and Nkapia. First of all, David Raya, best player for us against Chelsea. So many incredible saves in that game. And today, it's the final 10, 15, 20 minutes where he's clutch. You can't say the same thing about a couple games this season, right? Sunderland and Wolves, couple errors, even though the Wolves one was more Gabriel. But Raya, when it gets tough late on, He's the one that's always taking command. When things get tough late on, he is one, alongside, I would say, Gabriel and Bryce, that is doing the most commanding. He is claiming everything into the box. Had to come up with another really crucial save, whether that was a cross or a shot from Kaggioglu, we'll never know. Similar situation to Chelsea, the one with Garnacho, where he can't commit too early to it being a cross, to it being something that someone's going to get their head on. He has to stay put the entire time, just in case it gets through. And that's what it does, and it's a great save from David Raya. Clean sheet. Clean sheet again, Ale. And then the other player, I think, probably man of the match today. Piero Hincapié. I love this guy to bits. He's so good. I love him. He's so good, Piero Hincapié. Once again, Lewis Skelly, Calafiori, we all thought they would be the players predominantly taking up left back this season. Piero Hincapié has made that left back spot his own, and he's never really played left back before. Especially in his Leverkusen days, they always played with a 3 at the back and wing backs. He was always left centre back. He was always on the left side of that back 3 or in a wing back role. He's never really played in Europe as a pure left back. And still, in this Arsenal team that are one of, if not the best team in Europe, with 2 fairly established left backs already ahead of him there, he has still taken that spot and made it his own. And phenomenal again today. Diego Gomez did not have a great game. That's down to Hincapié. Minte was far more dangerous down the other side when he came on. Timber struggling a little bit. You cannot say the same thing about Piero Hincapié. Another incredible defensive performance from him. Major doubts to if we would have kept that clean sheet if he wasn't on the pitch. That's enough talking. We don't care about the performance. I don't care. We are winning this league title. Or what I should say, as I've said so many times over the past couple of months especially, is we have 0 excuses not to do so. That is 3 wins on the bounce. Spurs, Chelsea, Brighton away. 2 difficult fixtures in a row. The first one out of those 3 is always going to be a win. But Chelsea at home was not easy at all. Brighton away today, not easy at all. When we find a way to get through. Because Brighton were a team that did the double in taking points off us last season. There's 2 1-1 draws, 1 at the Emirates, 1 at the Amex. And then this time we've done the double over them, which is brilliant stuff to see. 7 points clear we are now, with 8 games to go. 8 games to go. That's all it is. 8 games. And so many of them are in London. We've got Everton is in London. And then we have Etihad, that's obviously up in Manchester. Newcastle's in London. Fulham's in London. West Ham away, also in London. Burnley home in London. Palace away on the final day of the season, also in London. So, out of our last 8 games in the Premier League, 7 of them are in London. Those are the kind of advantages you don't really see. You don't really always look for those things. They're not always obvious. But that's another thing that's gone in our favour. Another reason why we have absolutely no excuse not to win the Premier League title this season, or at least, something big. Premier League, Champions League, one of those 2 is an absolute minimum for this season. There are so many reasons for that. I could sit here listing them off. Once again, Nottingham Forest, I can't forgive you for the way you play when you come to when we go to your ground. It's the most scrappy anti-football BS I've ever seen, and that's coming from an Arsenal fan. But for today, you have a friend in me, Nottingham Forest. You have done us proud. You have done football proud. All these people online saying, save football. Saying to the teams that we're playing against, Chelsea, save football. Brighton, save football. Save football. Stop Arsenal from winning the league. People would actually rather Manchester City win the league over Arsenal. Apparently that is saving football. So you want one team to win, 5 out of the last 6 titles. You want that for the league that many of you probably consider to be the best league in the world. You want the best league in the world to have one team be a champion in 5 out of the last 6 years. That's your idea of football being saved, is it? And it's not just any club, it's Manchester City. They need no introduction. Anyway, I forgot that I actually don't care about what the media says. I actually don't care about what rival fans said, so I don't know why I went on that little rant there. Anyway, this is well and truly our title to lose. Arsenal, don't you dare screw it up from here. Non-negotiable. But it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Believe me, it's happening.